Welcome back to Podcast Recovery, everyone. We're your hosts, David O.
And Eric B.
And today, we're going back to our mini topic-sodes. That was weird. Topic-sodes. We are sans our co-host, Carly, today. She needed some sleep. She needed a break. So, she got it. Good for her. She's dreaming. Which, that is the dream. That is the dream.
She's dreaming.
So, yeah, today for our mini topic-sode, we are going to be Stop it. The ASMR of you whispering in my ear, very, very disconcerting and just spine-chilling, personally. I can't deal with it. Oh, God. Stop it. Stop whispering in my ear. I don't like it. And I can't pick you up on my video. So please, full throat, sir. Project out, quarter out. Full throat. That is what she said. Yes. He just whispered as I said full throat. That's what she said. So today's topic is going to be, the introvert and the extrovert in recovery. And I think it's like we were spitballing because I gravitated to this when I have a whole list of idea topics and shit like that. So I was like, ooh, introvert, extrovert, and my mind was like, well, Eric's an introvert for sure, and I'm more of an extrovert. So I was like, okay, we have two different sides of the fence here. It could be a really good topic and debate. But then as we talked more about it, we were, I don't know what the middle is. Is there a middle word?
It's ambivert.
Is it ambivert?
Yeah.
I liked bivert. Bivert, we go both ways.
No,
I thought that was
it's
better.
Ambivert.
It's ambivert.
That's the term.
Okay. All right. So I say it's like the political scale, like one side or the other. Like we're both moderates, but I think we're still
on the political scale.
No. I'm using I'm using this as an analogy. I was like, I'm a moderate. No. So saying there's the two. There's extrovert on the left side, introvert on the right side. We're more towards the middle. Like we're not hard one way or the other. We're not hard extrovert, hard introvert. So we're closer to the middle. But I think if the fence is the direct middle, I think you're on the middle towards the introvert, and I'm on the middle towards the extrovert.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
you have more of a need for people.
A need?
I think so.
God, that sounds.
It sounds bad, doesn't it?
It sounds clingy.
It is a little clingy.
It is a little. Am I clingy, Eric? Do I come off as clingy?
Sometimes? No, but you need human interaction.
I do.
And I don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't at all.
I just need my plants and my animals.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why the fuck are these people bothering me? I have shit to do. Do you see these plants and animals that need light? Like,
I think you've changed a little bit now because you're a husband and a father. So I think you need your wife and your daughter, of course.
Oh, well,
yes. You need your interaction with your kid. But yeah, as far as friendly, outgoing relationships, you don't need those as much.
No, and I'm very good, I think, at
your own balance,
knowing what I need, and making sure that I try to adhere to that.
So I'm gonna start with you because the last one, I flapped my gums to death. So I'm going to put the spotlight on the introvert, and how did that affect your addiction and your recovery?
Oh.
Yeah. Think about that. Tell me what you
I
think.
wasn't always an introvert.
No.
I think probably using made me an introvert more than anything else.
So before using, you were extroverted?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
And while using a lot too.
Okay.
But I think that was also because of my surgeries.
Yeah.
So I think it's more because of my surgeries than necessarily because of drugs.
You count that as a trauma in your life, right?
My surgeries?
Yes.
Okay. A huge trauma. Well, that's why I have PTSD.
So. Yes.
Is like, yeah, dude, that's a trauma.
Yeah.
But I think because I didn't have a sophomore year in high school, that made me like go over the fence to extrovert.
Okay.
And then I had all these friends and all this like stuff, and then people suck naturally. So like, you know, eventually people burn you, and then I became introverted.
So, I mean, when you were going through, you know, the surgeries, because you were at home laid up in bed for a long time.
I couldn't walk for like 6 months.
Yeah. So, how were your friends? Did they come and visit often, or did people just sort of like?
You get forgotten about. Like I had some friends. Yeah, I had some friends.
So they would come over for like the first few weeks, and then as the months went by, fewer people
came around, and like you're pretty lonely. And you feel like you miss stuff too, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Think about high school. Like I missed my sophomore year.
Yeah, you're 16 years old.
That's when most people like, you know, got laid for their first time, like had, you know, started going to parties, like, you know, and I'm like in bed.
I feel like such a dirty motherfucker because I'm like,
you started young.
I started very young.
Like, and there are people you meet in the rooms that start younger, but like, I started young too, by most accounts, right? I was 15. Like, people.
I was only, I was 2 years ahead of you.
Exactly, but that's really young for most people. Yeah. Like, I bet if you ask most people, they're over 18.
Nowadays, I don't know.
I'm just saying. Like,
if we're counting
most people.
It depends on the age group, man.
You know,
it depends on the age group. If you're talking about
it depends on your friends too.
If we're talking about our age group, so I don't know what 28 to 38, 28 to 40, something like that. I'd say most of us are probably below 18
for drinking and sex.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, for us, right? That's the norm.
Kim
for
is,
us.
Brad is, I am, you are.
Is Donnie?
No, of course Donnie's not.
Okay.
Donnie was in Boy Scouts. He wasn't having.
I know my wife was too. She was early. She was like 15 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that does play a role into being introvert or extrovert. Is like, because think about the people who didn't do that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
And like, I don't know, and how outcasted you are, like by those people.
So you're saying sometimes introversion isn't necessarily a choice, but just sort of a construct of life? Like it just sort of happened that way?
I think so. By some people's accounts, right?
I've never really thought of it like that, but yeah, that
because some people think about how outgoing some people can be, but you can be a piece of, like people might not like you, and then like you're an introvert because no one likes you.
Yeah.
Like, I can think of a few people like that, actually, that we've met. Where, like, they might be super extroverted, but, like, they're an introvert because no one talks to them. Because they suck.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I've just never thought of it that way.
Because, like, I became introverted probably when I got arrested, I think, is when I started. Because then I realized people weren't really there for you, right? Like, it's like... Yeah, I realized that with my legs, but when I got arrested, I think that was when I was like, because I got kind of like house arrested to my parents' house. You know? It was like, you're never leaving here, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah. And it's like, oh man, so, and like even though I was 19, I was like, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm, I have all these charges.
Okay, so.
So, but I lost a lot of friends probably from that, and then like just other stuff like that too, right? Like, and then it's like, who are these fucking people? Like,
So I think I've come across another wrinkle of this with my mind.
With your mind?
With my mind.
Sure, it's your mind.
Sure, it was my mind. I just thought of this right now. I'm a very, very physically extroverted person. But I think emotionally, I can be very introverted.
Yeah.
I don't like... A lot of my like thoughts and shit that's going on in my head, I do not share with people. And I don't see, no, I see a need to, but I will refuse to do it because I'm like, that's just a whole bag of snakes that I don't even want opened.
Yeah.
Like
you can sit in a room and be kind of like,
I can,
what's the word I'm looking for?
I can put on a mask, and I do.
But you're also moody too, and like you can tell when you're in a bad mood.
Yes, and I won't talk about it.
But you'll be very moody about it, which is funny.
I've gotten a lot better. I have gotten a lot better.
Do you know what
with
I'm
that.
talking about?
I know
though?
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and I've been told that a lot. They're like, "You're pretty obvious," which sucks because I always thought I was like so good.
No.
Like I thought, like
I think you're one of the worst, actually, because like
Thank you. Great.
It's so noticeable when there's
Not
something
always.
going on.
Not always. Dude, there are some times when my mask is on really well, and I am like dying inside.
There are other times though when you're just like, and it's like, David, what's wrong? You're like, nothing.
Nothing's wrong.
You're like Magnus getting frustrated.
Hey, that makes sense. I'll buy that.
I can think of like some times with like Brad and Kim's when you're like that, you know, like, and it's just like, David, what are you doing?
What
dude?
is wrong with you? And I'm fucking pissed off. I don't want to fucking talk. And yes, and then I get way more animated. Well, hello, little lady. Hi.
She's like, I just want to be with my dad.
She wants to record on the podcast too.
Yeah, she's playing with Kristoff. This little like, I don't even know. I think we got this in a.
Is it actually Kristoff?
It's Kristoff. It's a little like plushy, like almost.
Oh, it's kind of like a mini Squishmallow or something.
Squishmallow, yeah, squishy
Okay.
kind of like Kristoff.
Okay.
But, like she's just like, yeah, this is my Kristoff. Where's your dinosaur?
Go get your dinosaur.
I just like the laugh.
Yeah.
That he picked up.
Yeah. when a kid just does not understand the question. Where's your dinosaur?
Oh man.
What is it like to live so free?
I know. Kids are
unburdened my life.
I'm thinking probably like the burdening happens like somewhere in like
middle school and high school.
I feel like elementary school it starts.
Yes,
Like fourth grade,
yes,
probably like third or fourth grade. I feel like first and second is pretty carefree.
How does it become a giant snowball? Yes, some sort of like P level event happens in elementary school, like getting called Dumpster Donnie, and then it's all downhill from there.
It's crazy, dude.
It's still baffling.
Yeah,
Still baffling. I told Brad about that, by the way.
that's good. That's good.
That's good. We need to expose Donnie's shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the introversion. Yeah, I think I can very easily show up places, and yeah, just like you said, I will I know I'm in a shitty mood, and sometimes people can tell, and sometimes they can't. Apparently, I'm very bad at hiding it. So
you are bad at hiding it, dude.
Not always, which is so bad that I actually take a pride in how well I can mask my emotions, and I really do. I really do. Like, because at work, I'm very good. At work, I will say I am very good. Like when
dude, I don't mask them at all now. Like I'm like,
I do.
I'm turning my camera off because I am pissed, and people know I'm pissed.
Well, I have to be around people, so I'm actively on a job site with 3, 4, 5 of my
I have
team
to
members.
talk to people, you know, like for hours upon hours of the day, and I'm like, sometimes I'm a little snarky, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, there'll be times when I'm at home and, you know, I'm in a fucked up position, I'm in a fucked up place, and I will still be like, I'm going to Brad's, I'm going out, I'm physically going to put myself in that extroverted position to, I don't know, in a hope to feel better, I guess, or just, I don't know, just not wanting to stew in my shit, because I was like, I know if I sit here I'm just gonna feel worse.
That's interesting.
But if I at least go out and play some board games for a few hours, I can distract my mind a little bit and, you know, just get a little bit of a respite from my own bullshit that's going on between my ears.
So like I think of hanging out with people as fun, right? But I also think of it as something I like need to do for my mental health. So,
and that exactly, that's part of it. I'm like, I could dive into my introverted emotions right now and just sort of like turn off my cell phone and do fuck all for the next 5 hours of the night. Or, by the way, that's a great like saying that Europeans and like everybody else uses that we don't. Fuck all. I fucking love it. Like, just do fuck all.
There's a few things Europeans say that I like. Like, I mean, if we're being honest, like cunt and twat, They should be used way more liberally.
Yes.
They're great words.
Yeah.
They're great.
But,
both of them. Both of them hit
But
hard.
if you've noticed, our accent does not allow for the word cunt.
Fuck you, twat.
It doesn't. You fucking twat. Like,
Cunt?
But
Cunt?
But when Australian people say it and British
cunt?
people say
dude, I think
it
we got
sounds
Here,
so
listen,
much better.
You fucking cunt?
No.
Yeah.
We can't have that affect to our...
You fucking cunt?
No. We're not...
You fucking cunt?
Yes, very good,
Am I
thank
sounding
you.
a little bit more like, you fucking cunt?
You're sounding like a weird hybrid of British, Australian, and American that is not playing
Am I in New England? Is it a little New England? You fucking cunt?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know
like
what you are.
high Maine. I'm up in Maine and some lighthouse. Fucking cunt.
A fucking cunt.
Maybe a little bit more of an O up. Fucking cunt.
But yeah, so I could dive into my introvertedness and not say shit, or I can tap into my extrovertedness and at least show face and pretend like, okay, tonight's gonna be okay.
Is it gonna be okay?
I don't know.
No.
The night will be fine. The night will be fine. Like, I'm not, like, I don't show up to Brad's and just, like, in the middle of Citadel, just be like, like, and just start crying. Like, that does not happen.
Guys,
I save that for the ride home,
we don't know
sir.
if that's true. Okay. Don't,
Yeah, it is 100% true.
At sunsets.
I'm going to be out, like, it has been a difficult week. I had 2 car cries on the way home from work this week. I had one yesterday. I had a
About what?
I don't know.
What were you crying about?
It's my fucking life.
Like, what about it?
We're not getting...
Well, let's talk about it. What's going on, David?
We're going to talk about my car cry?
Yeah, let's talk about your car cry.
Like, so...
Why are you crying by yourself in the car?
Why am I crying about myself?
Driving on 95.
Driving up the fucking Capitol Beltway, crying in a fucking work vehicle.
I mean, I get, like, the traffic, why you would cry.
Oh, yeah, the traffic will do it to you. Well, I mean, I was coming home from Chantilly, Virginia, which is... It was
fancy.
It was like a 2-hour fucking ride home. And me and my coworker, like yesterday,
but your coworkers in the car while you're crying?
No.
I was like, wow,
no,
liberal.
No, me and my coworker, like, we're both dark human beings, and so we were sharing like just dark shit that's going on with like our lives and our wives and like
our lives and our wives.
Our lives and our wives.
That's a show.
Jesus, yeah, that's a fucking podcast right there. Well, that could be Nathan. We could get on that.
Our lives.
Nathan and Brad. Our lives and our wives.
I think Nathan's a little bit too happy for that, right?
He's,
Is he not as happy these days?
He has a wife. He's certainly not as happy.
And she's probably tough too.
Oh, Molly is badass. I hope Molly listens to that, because I absolutely adore that woman. She is fantastic. So anything that's wrong in that, I'm sure it's 100% Nathan being a dick face. No, I'm just kidding. But, we're just talking about, like, different, like, and some of it's my fault, some of it's his fault, some of it's, like, our wife's fault, whatever. We were just talking, just, like, a whole bunch of shit, about, like, that has been going on in our lives. And, like, I've just had a whole bunch of complications, really, in life, really, in work and at home. And luckily, the work shit got better this week, so that's good. I hashed it out with that coworker.
Oh, good.
So that
you guys talked and stuff.
Yep,
and
that happened first thing Monday morning, and the air was cleared and miscommunications were all straightened out. So that's good. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of dynamics, and like I've inceptioned some fucking ideas into my head that like are now just like going in circles, and I'm like, I do not want to think these things.
Wait, what did you incept in your head?
I am not even going to say it out loud. Because like these are literally things that and see that's
I don't understand, I guess.
So that's my emotional introversion, dude. I have a lot, and like people always have
what
like
do you
told
mean
me
by incept in your head, like you have an idea that you want to do, but like it's bad.
No,
or you convinced yourself of like something.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like I've convinced myself that like this is going to be this way for this amount of time, and this is how we're going to cope with it, and this is how we're going to move forward for the next 10 years of your life. And I'm like, I don't want to think that at all. That is a terrible way to be thinking.
Oh. Is this about sex?
No.
Okay.
It's just about like relationship dynamics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like I have some sort of expectation or preconception in my mind that has been incepted in there. And
this is the kid thing.
What? No, I'm telling you, I'm not going to say this out loud. And like people have always said
about
like,
the redheads.
No, I'll fucking say that. I don't give a shit. I told my wife that. I don't give a fuck. Because like whatever. What are you gonna do? Stop thinking, David. Like what are you gonna do? I'm sorry. I saw a sexy redhead and I wanted to whatever.
You should get in there.
Yeah. I saw a sexy redhead in Chantilly, Virginia, and I was like, oh, I would really like to do that for the next whatever amount of time.
Hours.
But no, the people have always said like, oh, you have a really, like you just said, you really like hide your emotions poorly, and it's like, dude, the amount of shit I don't say and that goes through my head, you would be surprised at my level of control. You would be shocked because like I'm like all the time, every couple minutes, something will come up into my brain, and immediately just I'll have the inner monologue just be like, we're not gonna say that. Nope, we're not saying that at all. That is horrible. So yeah, emotional. So I don't think like introversion and extroversion is purely a physical thing. I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, do you show up to social engagements or do you not? It's like, no, like how introverted and extroverted are you with your personality, with your emotions? And that's something I really didn't realize until we started talking about this.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. Is like
it's 100% a part of it. I just never really
with your emotions to like, because I don't really have shame, right?
Really,
we've talked about this.
Yeah, I guess we have.
Like I don't feel bad for most of the stuff I did. I feel bad for like I feel bad for stealing, like for one thing. That is like it pretty much from my using days. Like everything else, I don't really feel bad about. Like I feel. Because there was like two sides to both situations, right? And I like
that's interesting.
People, yeah, I mean, did I do some bad things? Of course, but like so did other people.
Yeah.
And like it's really what I'm doing now.
It's interesting that my shame is connected to relationships with people, like how shitty of like a brother and an uncle I was, and you're just like oh whatever.
Yeah, whatever. My sister was not a good sister.
Yeah,
so like fuck her.
But like my little sister was a good little sister, and I was like I was not emotionally or physically available for years.
But you are now.
I am now. Yeah. So
okay.
Like so
why are you putting that type of emotional strain on yourself?
I'm not actively doing it. It's just happening.
Well, no, but it's happening. Like, why?
Yes, it's happening. Why is it happening?
It's been over a decade.
Because I still feel like I'm a piece of shit human being. Still, 11 years clean, I still feel like a shitty human being. Like I still have very bad like worthiness issues. I'm just like I am not worth the paper I'm printed on.
I'm not worthy.
Yeah. And so that's a big part. And like I don't and that's another thing. Like on Facebook I used to like post like all sorts of like just super cryptic shit all the fucking time, and just music lyrics that I'm like, oh, this super speaks to me.
let's please not talk about Facebook music lyrics, okay? Like
I love it, and I
might actively go through Facebook and delete it all.
Oh, I did. I like whenever they come up and like, oh,
it's like, how did you feel? Eric was 13 in the heart of sadness.
Yeah, 13 years ago, you said this on Facebook, and I'm like, fucking delete that shit. I'm like, good God, that is sad. That is
lots
gross.
of sadness.
Lots of sadness, and sometimes I do just like want to just post like there's just there's nothing attached to it. They're just like music lyrics that I like. That are, I don't know, I was listening to that song in that moment. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a dope lyric, blah, blah, blah. Let me put it out there.
You shouldn't put it out there.
But then people were like, are you okay?
You shouldn't put it out there, David.
But And
or maybe, you know what? You should find a better forum to put it out there.
Probably.
Maybe it's Tumblr.
Maybe,
you know, like maybe it's not
Tumblr. Jesus,
I don't
had a
know,
Tumblr.
dude.
I had a solid Tumblr.
Tumblr is
for
a
while.
weird fucking place. Like there's a lot of like sex shit on Tumblr.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Tumblr got like shut down because they not shut down because they pulled off a lot. Like it used to, like it was the
It was the Reddit.
It was the Reddit. Tumblr.
I
you
love
were like,
Reddit. Reddit's my favorite now.
Oh yeah, because like I used to be like
on
whatever.
Reddit.
Like if I'm looking for porn, it's like blah 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 Tumblr. And you would find somebody who had curated the best content for you, and you were like, "Awesome! Here, let me scroll." Yeah, and then they were like, "No more nudity on Tumblr," and you're like, "Well, this fucking site is useless to me now."
Well, it's like OnlyFans.
Now
right?
Now you're basically Pinterest, and you're
like,
fucking garbage.
What is
even
OnlyFans even for if it's not for this? Right? Isn't
they
Patreon what?
No,
like,
so they pulled back on that.
No, I know
so
they went, right.
yeah, because they lost billions of dollars overnight. And we're like, no, we need feed pics and shit on here.
It's like who the fuck are you curating towards? You know, like
I don't know.
Anyway, we all want filth.
So
okay?
I know we're filthy human beings. So but yeah, so I mean, and that's something that's something I incepted into my brain as like an introverted extroverted idea that basically I'm like, nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares. Like because I would put out like a genuine like call for help on Facebook back in the day, and you get like 2 likes, and like you get like one person who texts you.
I mean, there is I guess. I mean, I'm on the podcast recovery stuff a lot, so I'll see a lot of stuff of people reaching, and like usually someone will reach out. Like someone reached out to us the other day, and somebody picked it up.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yes.
That's cool. But like your personal people might not do it. You might need a hashtag or something on there. So like, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. And I just didn't want to be that person. I was like, I don't want to be that fucking lame. And like one day, like this was a few years ago, I posted this video where it's like men my age, and they like the cameraman asks all these men, they're like, so who do you talk to when this and this is going wrong and when you're feeling down? And it's just and it's one of those like montage videos where like a whole bunch of these men have like 10-second or 15-second clips, and it's just going through all these men. They're like, I don't talk to anybody. I don't talk like, no, who cares? No, like we're fucking men. We're supposed to keep our fucking head down and keep fucking moving. And it's like nobody fucking cares. Nobody's coming to our like, and there's like a comedian who's talked about that too. The third most celebrated holiday in America is Mother's Day. Do you know where Father's Day is? It's like 17th.
Father's Day isn't even celebrated.
Father's Day is garbage.
It's a garbage holiday.
It is a garbage holiday. Mother's Day isn't. Father's Day is. And it's true. Like, I mean, I talk to my sponsor. I talk to my fellow, like, I talk more than probably most men do, but a lot of men out there, and yeah, like if you're listening, you're a man, like, dude, for like, and still I get caught in that trap. Like I will emotionally introvert myself all the fucking time with the incepted idea that just nobody fucking cares. Because in reality, people have their own lives and everything going on, and they don't fucking like. They're like, I don't have a spot in my life to be taking on David's shit right now. So I'm like, I'm not gonna burn anybody with that shit.
That is true. There is a difficulty with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who is really emotionally available to take on like somebody's drastic depression? Like I'm in a dark place, and I've kept it very minimal with most people. Like, so
you've been in a dark place though for years, dude.
It's shades of gray.
Am I wrong?
It's shades of gray. I wouldn't say it's always like it hasn't always been dark.
It's not always dark, but like
no.
I'd say that it's like
it's
shady.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's shades of gray for sure. Like sometimes I'm like a nice light heather gray, and then other times it's just like full black. And right now I'm in a I'm in a gunmetal. I'm in a pretty dark gray right now. It's such a weird way to quantify your emotions. But no, I mean, you're right. Like I am not a happy-go-lucky person. My mind is not my fucking friend. My emotions are not my fucking friend. And it is constantly a struggle for me. But and I get like, I think without being a physical extrovert, I think it would be worse. I think if I wasn't actively putting myself in social situations, and if like when I totally collapse on myself and I just stay home, it gets way worse. Way worse, very fast. So, yeah, that's how I balance my mental health, I guess, and my emotional health is I sometimes, I force myself to get out of the house, and actively go to Brad's. Like sometimes, there's been numerous times where I go to Brad's, not because I really want to fucking play board games, but just because I don't want to die inside on my couch at home.
Do you just go there?
Sometimes.
That's weird, dude.
I mean, back in the day, I really used to.
Yeah.
Like, that was every day. Back when they were living in the house, I showed up at Brad's house every day.
Which house? They've had a few.
The house.
The one, in Woodlawn.
The OG house, in Woodlawn.
I liked that house.
Huh?
I liked that house.
I like that house a lot. And I would show up to Brad's house every day. All the time. Like, he wouldn't, like, sometimes he wouldn't even know. And I would just pop up.
He wouldn't even know.
Yeah, he wouldn't even know I was coming. Or I'd be like 2 minutes away. I'd be like, hey, I'm about to be at your house. I'd be like, oh, all right, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm a Wawa. And like, so yeah, I would put myself in the scenario to avail myself to any sort of level of good feeling through human interaction.
Yeah.
Instead of just sinking into it. And like, that's what I think like the danger of introversion is. Like, yeah, you can be an introverted person, but like, I know you're a way above average emotional intelligence person.
Yeah.
So you know when your introversion is like, okay, we've gone a little too far. We need a we need a play date, or we need a game day. So I mean, that's what we're about to do right after this. Yeah, like, so.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, introversion and extroversion is. I think we should. Let's make this an introvert extrovert part 1.
Okay, we'll make it a part 1.
We'll make it a part 1.
We'll bring in Carly next time.
We'll bring in Carly.
Carly is a super introvert.
Super introvert, and we'll bring in Allie or maybe Brad, because Brad's a super extrovert, but he's very emotionally.
Brad's a mix.
We're all ambies. Now that I'm really thinking about it, we're all ambies, and it's all a level of what our emotional introversion and extroversion is.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting. So, and how it affects our lives, how it affects our recovery. So we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna wrap up part 1 right now with no defining conclusions other than David is dying inside.
David's dying. Help David.
But no, like today is a good day. Like, the weather's nice. Like, and like I feel a lot better than I did last week and like the few weeks prior. I love everybody. I'm very happy. Who's walking in here? Oh, Brad. Brad, you wanna sit down and talk for a minute?
Sure. Well, we're not on right now.
Can I could plug him in.
Well, I'd have to.
What do you have to?
I'd have to do stuff.
Oh, fuck it. Well, just sit down anyway, Brad.
I'll say, stay safe and stay clean.